Hey guys, Phuzzy here. So you are a new player wandering the seas. A vast world of islands, events, and much more makes you wonder what threats are there above and below. To a veteran, it might be obvious because of the time they have spent sailing and no lifing. Everything has been revealed. So in this video, we will get straight to the point. With many of you coming to my Twitch streams after your maiden voyage and asking me questions. This is one of them. I will show you all bosses that you can encounter in Sea of Thieves so far, with a brief explanation of how and where they can be found. Please subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. Phuzzy here, bringing you honest guides and gameplays, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. There are many bosses from within the Tall Tales. Usually, when updates come to the adventure world and PvE, these bosses are brought from previous Tall Tales into the world with slight modifications. So in case you haven't done Tall Tales, I won't spoil that for you, as most of them are very similar in moves and animation, but with different looks and names. I'll split the bosses into two categories, land-based and water-based. And of course, the definition of boss refers to top of its kind or one of a kind. Land-based. Skeleton Captain used to be one of the final bosses in forts back in the day, but now they have been demoted to a sidekick to carry for you skulls and voyages for the island they are on. Also, depending on your voyage, these captains could appear as fool's gold that rusts with water and gets weaker, shadow skeletons that are weak against light, Caesar salad that heals in the water, so keep them out of it, or ashen skeletons that are supposed to have higher resistance against firebombs, but no. The only difference is that captains have red names and have higher health. They also drop things. But why get into all that skeleton type details? That's so 2018. When firebombs were introduced to the game, they killed all of them. So instead of having the unique weak points mentioned before, they all have one extra fiery weak point to unite them all in one easy slap. Just make sure the shadow ones are exposed to light at night when getting roasted. Skeleton Lord. This was the reason for captains getting demoted. They came to the fort and took over the final wave. We have Mutinous Helmsman, Duchess, Two-Faced Scoundrel, and Greymarrow. The first three are the final bosses of regular forts and the pre-final waves of the Fort of Fortune. Greymarrow is the final boss of Fort of the Damned. Common forts are the Skull Clouds with flashy green eyes, and it's a random event appearing in the server. The Fort of the Damned is the white skull cloud with red eyes and is player activated by acquiring Flames of Fate and a ritual skull. If you want to know more about these colored flames and their commendations, check my video Festival of the Damned. All Skeleton Lords have the exact same moves. The only difference is their health, with Greymarrow being on top. Ashen Lord, located at the Red Storm in the distance, more vital than Skeleton Lords and have different moves. They also attack your ship if it's close to the shores, so keep that at a distance. Their ship attacks are very powerful. We have Red Ruth, Old Horatio, Warden Chi, and Captain Grimm. They do not own any weapons. Everything they do is molten-based attacks and have higher health than Skeleton Lords. It's one of the places where you can acquire the Ashen Wind Skull and Chest of Rage upon defeating them. Ashen Lords also spawn as the final boss of Fort of Fortune, the flashy red-eyed skull and forehead. Ocean Crawler Boss. They appear in the final waves of treasuries and are usually just a standard Ocean Crawler type with a red tag and higher health. Nothing special about them, and I don't really consider them bosses, but they are presented that way in Sea of Thieves. Water-based. Megalodon, the mythical oversized shark, comes in several colors and appears randomly as you sail the seas, but a higher chance to spawn when getting closer to other ships because Megalodons want PvE servers. In rarity levels, Hungering One, Crested Queen, Shadow Maw, Ancient Terror, and the Shrouded Ghost being the rarest to a level of almost non-existent. Shrouded Ghost is the white one with pink fins. If you happen to see it, drop anchor and flex your title. All of them are the same exact difficulty, but it scales with the ship type. Kraken only appears when there are no world event clouds in the sky, marks its territory with black ink that slows down your ship so you can stay within its danger zone. Difficulty scale with ship type, but there are two most important things to keep in mind if the Kraken appears. When they wrap around their ship, attack the appearing tentacle from the water and not the wrapped one itself. Second, when you feel like Kraken is blowing wind and you hear that sound, immediately go to the bottom deck so you won't get sucked out of the ship. With these two in mind, Kraken is a piece of cheesecake. Skeleton ships. They come in two types, skeleton sloop and skeleton galleon, and they also want PvE servers like the Meg. Sometimes they are randomly floating around the map and will not attack you unless they are attacked. At other times, they spawn to fight you. They can also appear in the form of a world event under the galleon cloud in the sky. The skeleton galleon is one of the places you can acquire the ritual skull needed for Fort of the Damned. Flameheart. A giant red cloud bearded face yelling at you from a distance. It basically commands the ghost ship fleet summoned from Sea of the Damned and will drop very generous loot upon defeating all ships. The final ship, Burning Blade, will also drop lots of loot and a storage crate with the most potent cannonball in the game, the Wraith Cannonball, that deals multiple holes in a boat with a massive knockback. I have created a video on how you can defeat Flameheart without even using your ship, but that, of course, depends on which island he spawns on. This category includes a weaker but similar Ghost Fleet, which can appear by activating the level 25 Ghost Fleet Order of Souls Voyage. No trash talking in this one, and smaller waves. Siren Leaders. Similar to Sirens, but they carry a trident and have higher health. If the treasury last wave was full of water, then the final keeper of the vault key will be the Siren Leader instead of the Ocean Crawler. Many similar bosses of these will appear in Tall Tales, but at a greater difficulty, except A Pirate's Life. These are Disney exclusive characters, so not sure if we will be arm wrestling Davy Jones himself at any time in the adventure world. This wraps it up, and now you know what to expect, so please subscribe if you find this video helpful. Phuzzy here, thank you for watching and happy sailing.